Hey y'all, welcome back.
Yes.
If you're returning, welcome. If you are new...
We are knitting in our jeans, if you're wondering what's going on.
I was about to say
I'm sorry. I apologize. Go ahead.
Just took my thunder.
Well, you can be thunderous about yourself.
So I'm Liz. On Instagram and Ravelry, I'm Toolizzforyou, Toolizzforyou.
And I'm cpredmor, so cpredmor. On Instagram and Ravelry, but mostly on Instagram, I'm knitting in our jeans. And if you've seen knitting in our jeans on Instagram today, you know that we were out on the boat and we developed a water problem. So I had a picture of the things that were kind of taken all apart because we got on the boat this afternoon after church, and there wasn't very much water at all in the villages. I mean, just a spit. And you're going, well, that's not bad considering how much rain we'd had and condensation and all this other kind of stuff. So this is good. And we're leaving on Thursday to wend our way out to, well, the boat's going to be at Martha's Vineyard for 3 days. We're going to take the fast ferry over to Nantucket and visit our niece who has an internship there studying turtles, and we're going to learn all about it. And I've already informed my husband that there's a knitting shop on Nantucket and there's at least one on Martha's Vineyard, and we're going to come home with some yarn unless it's pouring rain and I can't carry it. Think of disasters along the way, and it's possible, or maybe they're not going to have anything I want. Who knows? I'll try to take some video.
Hair is just...
Well, we've been out on the boat forever because we work.
And if you didn't see, I did get to take a little bit of nap, mostly because I was in the way anywhere else except for on the couch, on the couch behind the table. So when that happens,
she just went to sleep.
I grew up on the boat.
She was 6 months old when we put her on the boat for the first time, and she was
really well on the
always
boat.
A good napper on the boat. Yes. Yes.
So, I mean, my dad pretty much said, get out of the way. So I did.
And she napped. It was good.
I was out.
I ran up and down the stairs, dumping water, doing all kinds of stuff. Got involved in yanking the tank out. This tank is... huge. I think 5 feet tall and maybe...
I think it's like 4 by 2.5.
No, I think it's taller than that.
I don't think it's as tall
4.5 by 2.5.
Okay.
It's like this big going down to this big. And it's just ungainly.
Yeah.
So, of course, we got it off. And
so now we're the talk of the yacht club.
Yes, that he actually got his water tank off the boat. And, of course, did he say that anybody helped him? Of course he didn't. Everybody thinks he got it off himself. Ha!
Mother is very upset by this oversight.
He goes around saying, I can't lift more than 20 pounds. Well, he did not yank this thing out by himself. So, anyway.
He also didn't shove it off the boat.
No. Well, anyway, we got it home, and it's okay. We got water for the boat.
We got the dinghy on the boat.
We did. Got the dinghy on, we dumped the holding tank, we got gas, and we put water on the boat and then got rid of half of it. But, we're okay. We're good to go on Thursday.
But we're a little strung out.
Just a little.
It's like 10 o'clock on Friday. Usually
Sunday.
the time... Sunday, thank you.
Sunday. Usually we're doing this by 6.
Yeah, usually I'm heading home, like to my apartment at this time.
It's... we are exhausted.
Damn water tank.
Yes. Anyway. So I'm going to try to put up a couple videos while I'm gone, but it will be 3 weeks before we're back together again. So we're missing next Sunday, missing the Sunday after that, but Sunday that comes after the 23rd, which is, 27th, 28th. Something like that. Must be the 28th. We'll be back together again.
Yep.
Do you have any finished objects?
No.
I do.
I know. I'm very excited about these.
So I finished my second pair of, Tour de Sock socks, and I love them. They are 3-color. And I think I showed you last week this lovely little design. It's a slip stitch design. Let's see if we can find a better side. No better side.
The lighting, it's so
there.
late.
There's one.
Go. Yeah.
And this is Knit Picks Felici. I can't remember the colorway, but it is naturally doing a gradient. And then the other is
Holiday Yarns.
Holiday Yarns, that's right, in an unknown colorway because I got it from Rachel. But it is great, and I'll probably be able to use it in a couple more socks. And then the other is Upton.
Upton from Neighborhood Fiber Co.
Yes, lovely, lovely, lovely. They fit like a charm. I cannot wait. They're nice and thick. I do like color work. I think this is going to be great for keeping my toes warm in the wintertime. So they're going in my box of socks for the...
Boxo Socks Cowl?
Yes, from Voolenvine. So this is ready.
And then what did you tell me that you did on Friday/Saturday?
Oh, it's here. It's here. It is here. So I wasn't going to do the next pair of socks. But then I looked at my box of socks and I realized that I'm way behind on these socks. So, this it?
No, that's the Nathan sock.
Oh, crumb. It's downstairs. Well,
Did you just do that to yourself today?
I just did it just now. I think wrestling the water tank.
I thought I noticed it at dinner, but it looked older than that.
No, it's not older than that. All right, I lost the socks downstairs someplace.
Okay.
But I did cast them on, and the problem with them is...
They're 3x3 cables.
Yes, and my hands hurt already from the color work. I have got... This is from the water tank, I think. But boating is difficult. She's looking at this scrape that I've got.
It looks much worse in person, just so you know.
Well, it's not a big deal. I just scraped my skin.
I know.
Anyway.
I just wanted to make sure.
So I only have 4 pairs of socks in my box of socks, and it's month 8, so I'm really behind. So I did cast on the third sock pattern, and I was ready to have it down to the heel today, except my hands hurt. My hands hurt from my Botanical Yoke sweater because the Knit to Purl is killing me. But then, to make it even more exciting, we've gotten to where the decreases are coming in for the yoke. So before I just barely had the sleeves together. Now I've already done the first decrease row. And this is a 12 stitch over 12 stitch cable. And that hurts. I'm here to tell you that hurts. I've got 8 more rows, and then I do another 12 over 12, and then 10 rows after that I have another decrease, and it goes down to 8 over 8, so that should be better. So I only have one really awful cable left, but I think it's going to be gorgeous. I'm really happy that the cables all go, obviously at this point, in one direction. I think they go in the opposite direction. In fact, I'm sure they go in the opposite direction, 8 rows up from here, and I'm going to really love wearing this sweater. Right now it just hurts a little. So because of that, and because of the strain on my hands from the color work, because I'm holding the yarn in both hands, when I was trying to do the 3 over 3 cable in the next of the pattern 3 of Tour de Sock, I just had shooting pains. I said, I can't do this. As much as I want to do this, I can't do this. It's the cutest pattern. Oh my gosh.
It's really cute.
Really cute. And it's all charted, so I can mark off where I am, and that's what really gets me going, when I can mark off on a chart how far I've gone, because I just want to keep marking it off. But they hurt. They just hurt. So that's going to be something that goes into a whip pile, and I'll just have to work on it little bit by little bit. But this sweater's coming along, and I'm taking it with me to Martha's Vineyard.
Good.
So I hope to finish it while I am gone. So I thought I had picked those up, but I must not have.
So, in the theme of things almost done but not quite done, I picked up the collar of my crop top, my Mount Pleasant crop top.
Wow.
because I only have this much yarn left. So I'm going to do...
That's right, she's playing yarn chicken.
Just a little bit. So let me look at the pattern. It calls for 3/4 of an inch in 1x1 rib. So I think, I'm pretty sure my stockinette was about 8 rows. Was an inch. So I've already got 3 rows here. So we'll go to 6 rows and see what it looks like.
Okay. And then what do you have to do?
And then I have to do the sleeves.
Ooh, how long are the sleeves?
The sleeves are going to be probably, I was thinking about doing 40% of the yarn and then doing a bind off and then doing exactly that same thing on the other side. 40% of whatever is left over. Instead of going to 50% because you never know how much a bind off is going to take.
True.
Because it says...
Very true.
It says to... Oh, what? Sleeves. Beginning in middle of underarm. Use smaller size or circular. Make sure...
Magic loop to pick up and...
Yeah. Place marker, join in round, work in 1x1 rib for 3/4 of an inch.
They're short sleeves.
They're not sleeves. They look like they are. Oh, I guess because this is supposed to hang off.
It's over.
I guess when I block it out, it'll do that.
You're doing a cuff.
Huh. It's a dropped shoulder.
Yes.
Huh.
You're doing much better than you thought.
I am.
Excellent.
Maybe I'll make the cuffs about an inch or so.
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah, that'll be good. I think more longer in the sleeve and shorter in the neck.
Yeah. So what I wanted to say was, so they say to do a 3-needle bind off between the back and the front, and I find that leaves a ridge on top.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't show a ridge on any of the photos.
No, it shows very smooth transition.
So what I did was I actually did a 3-needle bind off on the inside, on the purl side. And so I have a seam kind of at the top here, which I find is okay, and I prefer it to having the seam up on the top.
I agree.
So it feels much more garment-like. Like sewn garment-like.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope to get that done this week.
Cool.
But I am a good friend.
Yes, she is.
I am a wonderful person and a very good friend.
Just ask her. Yes.
Yeah. Because my friend has decided that she's going to knit something for each of her coworkers this week, or do this week, because it's their birthdays. Like everyone on her team's birthdays.
And she's new at the company.
Yeah, like March. So, guess who volunteered to do the cabled cowl for her boss? Because her friend really doesn't like cables. And the other person she has asked or roped into helping knit
Can't do this fast enough.
Yeah. Already has one other item that needs to be completed.
Color work.
So I cast this on last night, or yesterday at midday. I am at row 24. 18 plus 6 is 24. 24 out of 46, 40 something like that, 50 maybe.
Okay.
So I'm about halfway through now. Because I've done the ribbing, the bottom ribbing. And so
gorgeous.
This is the Dolinar by Stephen West. It's a very easy pattern. It's out of Knit Picks bulky. I don't think I have. Oh, did I? No. That's the bottom of the bag. I thought I had the ball bands. No, I think it's Wool of the Andes or something. I'm pretty sure it's acrylic.
Nice, yeah.
It's bulky weight, and it's in a nice manly blue.
Navy
with, yeah.
It's
nice.
Yeah,
it's really nice. So I've been trucking along on this. Hopefully I'll finish this, I'm thinking tomorrow or Tuesday. They're having a birthday party for her boss on Thursday. So if I figure if I finish it before then, we're good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what else have I been working on? Not much. Oh, actually,
she's telling a fib.
Well, I had to get my Poetry in Motion off of the 4s in order to use them for the crop top. So I got my Poetry in Motion onto the 3s, which you do the ribbing, you do an inch, or I think it's 6 rows of ribbing for the back of the neck collar, and then down and around the arms. And across the back. And then I will bind off, I believe, the back neck. I have to read the pattern a little bit more. So that'll be interesting. I think it'll fit. It doesn't look like it right now, but it's a little scrunched up. So I think it'll fit.
I think it'll be great.
I think it'll block out.
I love it. Oh, I think it'll block out lovely. Just lovely.
Really
it
pretty.
Just looks really small.
Speckles.
I like the speckles.
Yeah, it's really gorgeous. So this is the Drowned in Moonlight.
A gauge swatch?
Why would I do something intelligent like that?
Okay, I won't. I'm sorry.
Because, yeah.
Then you'd know, but anyway.
I know.
I think it'll be fine. It's going to be lovely. It'll be perfect.
And you know what? All else fails. I frog it and redo it.
Right. I'm speaking my Botanical Yokes, and I look in the bag, the project bag, because there's another sweater below it. Would you believe that the Botanical Yoke is a 2x2 rib all the way up the sweater? The one below it's a 3x3 rib all the way up the sweater. Fingering. I'm frogging it. It's going to go into something else. I think one of my tie neck sweaters. There's one in the vintage Knitz book.
Okay.
So I think you like that.
I do.
All right. So I think we'll be fine there.
But yeah, so that is what I've been knitting. So we had so Mom pointed over to my cross stitch, which I did not do last week's clue.
You didn't.
I didn't. So the clue, the hint we were given.
I want you to get me one of those magnet things.
Okay, I can.
Okay.
Or we can get the magnets and turn some of your pins you don't wear into one.
Okay, we could do that too.
Or we can figure it out. Yeah. So this is, I believe, through clue
3.
4.
4.
This is clue 4.
Okay.
I need to download 5, I guess. No, do I have 5? Is that 5? No, that's 4. So this is through clue 4. Clue 5 adds some more letters. And what has been pieced together is that it says, as for me and my house, we shall serve. And I believe it's going to finish when we receive the pattern in 2 hours. So this is going to be clue 6. And so I think that's where we'll get a little bit more detail. And I kind of want to wait to find out how it finishes before I go any further. Maybe I will just do clue 5 and clue 6.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow or something.
It's such pretty colors.
It is very pretty. So yes, if you don't know, that is the beginning of a Bible verse. I believe there's a Bible verse reference but it also could be fandom, where you put like whatever fandom and a little thing under here, because we still have 10, 20, 30, 40, essentially 40 rows by 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, by 65 columns, stitches to fill in. That doesn't have anything. So that could be where the customization happens. So we'll see. I'm excited. I love the way it looks on the linen.
It's very pretty.
Yeah.
Very, very pretty.
Yeah.
Really nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So I'm intrigued. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. Feeling like working on it this week, apparently. But maybe I will go home and maybe tomorrow I will work on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I've been knitting on. I'm mostly trying to get this freaking cowl done right now. I was really hoping to get that crop top done. That didn't happen.
I can talk about things I'm working on.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so I have those socks that I guess I'll show you all when I get back. I may take those with me anyway. So I showed you my Botanical yoke. It's coming along, so that should be done by the time I next see you all. Oh, this is the sweater that I talked about. Look at this, 3x3 rib. This is gonna be frog tonight. We're not taking that with us. But then, I am working on our work-along. So, I had mentioned that I had Nathan Taylor's Remember Cowl to work on. I think I showed you all. It was just this little strip of 2 rows. Well, I have been working on it. So, now you can see on one side it's red, and the other side it's blue. It's black. And I have just gotten into the noticeable pattern. These are going to be poppies.
Lovely.
So I will be doing 2 more rows tonight. And so I figure 2 rows a day, this will get finished. If not by September 17th, it'll get finished. And I'm really happy. And speaking about Nathan, I think that cowl is going to be great. Nathan has published his pattern, the Il Burrito, which I talked about last week. Can you make it big? It's got 26 different patterns in it from a Italian 16th century stitch pattern book. I think it was for pillows. I have no idea. And he and his friend he's published the pattern, and a friend of his who dyes yarn came up and made 4 different kits to go with it. I wasn't fast enough to get the kit I wanted. Believe me, cross my heart, I was going to buy one, even though it was going to come from England, and I was going to pay an arm and a leg. The one I wanted was gone. So I've decided, now, I could put a dark gray in here.
You could. Well, first show the people at home.
I will. So this is the Alpaca Company, color 559 Bewitched.
It's a beautiful lavender.
It really is. Then I have, this is Bugga. This is Cephalopod. So let me tell you, this is a treasured.
Yeah. Rose Weevil.
Yeah, skein, since they are out of business.
Mm-hmm.
This is 70% superwash merino, 20% cashmere, and 10% nylon. And it is a lovely burgundy. It's called Rose Weevil. And so now we have these 2. Then I have a Madeline Tosh. And this is Prairie Fire in Tosh Twist Light. So this is also a fingering. So.
And yes, we know Bugga is a sport, but it has a put up of 400 yards in a skein. Yeah. And so Mom's kind of just like going to fudge it.
Yeah. And then I have Voolenvine, Volca in Poe, which is also
an MCN.
It is an MCN, and it's 435. So it's 4-ply sock fingering. So this is what I've got.
You could put another dark gray in there. Yeah.
Whoops, I just lost something. My Il Burrito. I think skeins that I've treasured. I feel how soft that is.
I know. It just,
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
And cephalopod. I always love working with cephalopod.
Yeah.
So I just,
Yes.
So I could pull in a dark gray. I have some dark gray now, or I could pick more up. I do have a dark gray up there. It's a possibility.
I think you need to wait a little bit before you
I
cast
will.
on,
I'm not
that's
casting
a double knit as well. I looked at it. It says it's double knit.
Okay.
So
well,
maybe
I'm
only one
finishing
double knit
yes,
on the
I'm
needles.
Absolutely. I'm going to finish my cowl. And Cowl. And that'll be that. Then we got a letter. We got an email from Kristen of Voolenvine and said, I think you need my shawl pattern.
Which we, of course, do. Let's be real. It's a Kristen pattern. We need it.
And here it is.
No pressure to cast it on or anything.
No, that's what she said. No pressure to cast it on.
So what did Mother do?
I cast it on.
Yeah.
Actually, what I did is I wrote her back and said, thank you so very much, and I know exactly what I want to make it in. So this is the, I think it's
Oracle.
Oracle. I was going to call it Ophelia. Her Oracle shawl.
It's gorgeous.
And I have Voolenvine's Outlander.
Oh, you
in
have
the
a sparkle.
And
wow.
I have this in Backyard Fibers. This is Lake.
Yes,
Lake in Backyard Fibers. A nice aqua. They play well together. And then this is Primrose. And this is
Snowbird, I think.
Snow.
It's on the inside. I'm sorry. I folded it up because it got in the way.
Snow Owl.
Snow Owl.
Snow Owl. So these are the colors I have.
A, B, C.
So I had a different idea, but I sent Kristen a note saying thank you very much. And I sent her a picture of the 3 skeins of yarn and said, these are the skeins that I'm thinking of. And what color
order
would you put them in? And so she said A, B, C. And I said, yes, ma'am. So I have now cast on to the point of doing the brioche. I have never done brioche before. And that's where you join this in. So after I do my 2 rows of Nathan's tonight, I am going to do the brioche of
How much
this.
later are you staying up?
Oh, till about 1 a.m.
Okay. Right, you don't have work in the morning like I do.
No, not like you do. I only have to be in the office here by 9.
9, yeah.
And I know I have a brioche book here. I have a Nancy Marchand book on brioche.
Yeah, I think I learned off of YouTube.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna have to refresh because I have a shawl I want to finish.
Well, there's several people that have tutorials on brioche. I'm looking over here at my books, and I know I have a Nancy Marchand book. So I even have on Krause and Nancy Marchand class in this. So one way or the other, I'm going to do the brioche, or at least start the brioche tonight. So I cast that on. Nothing like cast on itis.
When we're trying to finish things, you know, that totally works so well with our work along.
Nathan's Cowl is
Yes.
what is one of the things I nominated. And then last week I cast on for my father's cardigan, and I've got 3 more rows to go to finish the pockets. So I'm up at the top of the pocket with the Knit 2 Purl 2. And then I can go back. It's dug down in here. Please don't fall off.
We're having some
issues. We're having some issues here.
management issues.
There. So I've started this. And I was doing this last week when I realized, and I read the pattern, they said make pockets first. So I will go back. This has to be 1.5 inches. I don't think I'll touch this tonight, but I will finish the pockets. And they get put on waste yarn. And then I think they're incorporated as I knit the sweater. Yeah, I wish I brought those socks up, but I didn't. So I've got this that I'm finishing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got Nathan's Cowl that I'm finishing. The socks are new. And socks are new. Kristen's Oracle is new.
Mm-hmm.
And Grandpa's sweater's only a week old.
Yeah.
So that's better than I usually do.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So you want to see yarn mail? It's this month's random fandom. It's called 33. It's based on Battlestar Galactica, and it's this gorgeous gray, teal, blue thing. If any of you remember Vashta Nerada, it's very similar, except with more green instead of purple.
I think I like the other better, but this is really pretty. There means some gorgeous
the bad
teals.
beginning, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you did.
But this is gorgeous.
It's so pretty. And it's so really soft. Gorgeous. It's on I have it on Come Hither, which is an MCN, and I don't know what it's going to become, but it's so gorgeous.
It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful.
And it's just so beautiful. And of course, Krista knows exactly what to do with color. And I hope you all have registered for the Nerd Girl Retreat. Sorry about that pause. That was a little off. Because I believe the cutoff for guaranteeing a goodie bag was today.
Ooh.
I think if you register within the next few days, you'll still be able to get one. But I know
those goodie bags are going to be good.
They are. They're going to be real good. They're going to be hand dyed. The actual bags are going to be dyed. You're going to get a skein of yarn that's special. I mean, and the retreat's going to be pretty great. We've got a lot of workshops that are going on. Krista's just amazing and doing a lot.
And how much are the tickets for this?
They were at $110. I don't know. I believe we increased it due to just timing. But yes.
I think it's going to be great. I wish I could go.
I know. It's going to be so good. There's going to be a fiber blending station. And Krista's going to bring her drum carders. So that'll be really cool. Yeah, so it's going to be really great. We've got a swap going, so I need to cast on for that. And I need to get my extras. Eep!
In your spare time.
In my spare time, yes. And yeah, so we're getting really excited about that. That's in a month, and it's terrifying and exciting at the same time. And then, another thing, so I started another podcast with a few friends of mine. It's called Slosh Sisterhood. It's not available to the public yet. I will let you all know when it is. But if you all know Drunk History from Comedy Central, it's essentially that, but
important women.
So I actually recorded an episode on Friday about Marie Curie. I realized that when I get tipsy, I get very excited about science that no one else gets excited about. Like details of science that no one else gets excited about.
Hey, there are worse things in this life.
It's freaking hilarious. Like, my friends had to be like, Liz, let's back it up. How do these things relate? And I was like, oh. Because, of course, in my brain, it works. And then I know way too much about all this. I was like, oh, right, about that. I kind of need to explain that for those of you who are not Marie Curie, experts currently.
Right.
But I think we're going to have you on sometime. Probably not this season. Probably not during our first season, but
that's okay.
Next season.
That's all right.
I thought of a great idea that I think you'd be really excited about.
That would be fun. Yes.
And then Rhinebeck.
Yes.
Are you still getting hyped over that? Have you figured out what your Rhinebeck sweater is going to be? What you're going to do from Rhinebeck?
My Rhinebeck sweater is this.
Okay.
This is my Rhinebeck sweater.
Okay.
And it will be finished. This is not a problem. And then I am finishing my Nathan Cowl, so that can be my cowl for Rhinebeck.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try to finish the Oracle shawl for Rhinebeck.
Okay.
Because I'm going to the India Untangled, and Kristen is going to be there. And I'd like to be able to wear the shawl to India Untangled. There is another event that's going on, and it's going to be at
Needles Up,
and it's going to be at that really nice hotel. Beekman. As I said, the really nice hotel. And I think they're almost all podcasters who are going to be there.
I think so. The only one the one I saw was Andy Sue Knitz.
Andre Sue Knitz?
Yes.
What's the other mother-daughter team?
Knitmore?
Mm-mm.
Knit Girls?
No.
You know, this is why we have an iPad here, so we can look this up. Needlesup.com.
I can't believe I can't remember the name. I knew it 5 seconds ago.
It happens. Here we go. The makers. It's an adorable site.
It's a really good site.
It's a very good site. Let's see. Woo!
Careful there, buddy.
Yo.
There, Legacy Fiber Arts.
So, of the Legacy Knits podcast.
Right.
And the fact Amy Beth of Fat Squirrel Speaks is going to be there.
Knit Cahoots.
Yeah, Knit Cahoots and Classy Squid Fiber Co.
And then Sucre Miniatures. Hand-sculpted progress keepers and stitch markers. From polymer clay. And they look wonderful.
Yeah.
So if you can't get to Indie Untangled, then certainly think about going to Needles Up.
Which I think it doesn't need... Oh, well, Indie Untangled doesn't need tickets unless you get the early bird ones. Yeah,
no, you can pay as you go in.
Same with Needles Up is free.
Needles Up is free. Well, I'll have to see if I can get back from Indie Untangled. And I probably don't need to stay there more than 2 hours. As much as I love to sit and talk to Kristen, I know she's going to be busier than a one-armed paper hanger. So, but that
was one of the best momisms.
and that's a Friday night, so I don't think I have to volunteer that afternoon, but I'm not sure. So I have to check with Karen because I did say I would volunteer to help her at Rhinebeck Festival whenever I wasn't fully involved in classes because she was so sweet in helping me get into Nathan's class, at our Socratician's class. So am I excited about Rhinebeck? You betcha I'm excited about Rhinebeck, and I'm really excited about the classes that I'm taking. It turned from such a supreme disappointment, as you all know, into something that I'm really looking forward to. And I feel really blessed to have gotten the early bird tickets into Indie Untangled. So it's going to be great. But before that, there's going to be the boat show in Annapolis. And we will be booking our January vacation while we're down there. And that is October 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Nice.
So, yes, we will be down there. Picking that boat out, and the company we'll be working with, and all that kind of stuff. So my October is chock full of really fun things to do. But I'm not going to have you with me.
No,
this is going to be sad.
I've got the wedding.
I know. So
you all will hear more about when you come back.
Yes,
because. If you all remember a few months ago that I fell in love with this outfit on Ishakti that I believe I told you all about. I was going to get it. And the day I went to go get it, we found it was sold out. So I've decided, since I can't find anything similar or even that struck me as hard as that did, we're going to make it. So I was going to get a really nice purple blue, floral thing. Taffeta. And then I realized how loud taffeta is.
I got some of my taffeta out.
Like it's loud.
It rustles. It rustles a lot. And there's a lot of yardage
and I don't know these people.
And she was just going to announce herself with every step.
Yeah, I don't need to do that.
I offered to give her my turquoise taffeta.
It's very pretty, but I think the color is not the loud part. The actual...
The sound of the
physical, fabric
right.
makes
and the other
sound.
thing was the one at Mood was backed with something.
No, that was the
other choice.
Yeah, that was the other choice. That was the gray poplin.
Mm.
So Mom goes, why don't you look at polka dots? There weren't any goods, shantung, or...
Because polka dots apparently are getting to be big again.
Also, I just love polka dots.
I was looking at the Financial Times yesterday in their fashion section. They had these big polka dots, little polka dots. I mean, it's all polka dots.
So, but I love polka dots anyways. I don't care if they're in fashion, out of fashion, whatever. Polka dots and I are the very best of friends.
Said, why not polka dot chiffon as an overskirt?
Because I couldn't find any in the appropriate fabrics that are called for by this pattern. Appropriate polka dots.
Right.
And so Mom goes...
Well, and the fabric, like the shantung and some of this other stuff, was just incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
So I said...
Because believe me, I fell in love with a floral shantung. Oh, it was gorgeous. It was like this great gold cream with like a more gold, like leafy floral design with like
was that
gray
like
black flowers.
$75 a yard?
It was $50 a yard.
Okay.
I was gonna need 7 yards.
No.
I will pay good money for good fabric, but I am not paying that much for a skirt.
I would, but
we're
in a different category.
I'm in a different time in my life.
Exactly. So I said, polka dots on chiffon. Let's make it an overskirt. So you can get a plain poplin underskirt.
So I got a beautiful black poplin.
Because she found white with black polka dot chiffon. And she ordered it.
Yes. So I ordered those. I ordered the zipper for it.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you all remember when we went down to Alexandria, we went to the Stitch Sew Shop down there as well as Fiber Space. And I found this great jersey material. One I was going to make into a cropped sweatshirt, and the other I was going to make into an exercise top, but I still need it. So it's a sports bra and an overshirt kind of thing. So it's a looser around. So I looked up high lycra content on Mood's website. I found avocado printed fabric.
It's so cute.
You have to understand me to understand my love of this fabric. I love avocado. Like, I am so basic. Avocado is one of my best friends. Like, it's a food I can eat. So I'm a fan of it. And it tastes good with just about anything. So I got it's a compression fabric, and it's got aloe micro beads or something. So I got extra of it, so in case I have to make it a little bit larger so that I'm not dying due to the compression. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it did.
I have a mess.
Yeah, you do. So that should be coming in, and so should all of the elastic that I got for that as well. I'm super excited because what I have is it's going to be an avocado sports bra with a gray over, shirt thing. It's going to be pretty great. But yeah, you will hear more about that soon, because once I get the fabric, actually next week I might come out here and do some sewing.
No, that's fine. Well, I've got a mess.
You have a mess, yeah.
Yeah, I can't work
so
on
that, I think, is all we've really been doing. Oh, except, so we have this friend who's getting married in a month and a half.
Yes.
And I really, really, really want to make her a blanket.
Because we've done so well at finishing the other
blanket.
Yeah.
Shh. Shh. It's okay. We've already sent her another gift. It's okay.
Yes, we did send another gift.
So, yeah.
Because I was not knitting a part of this blanket.
Yeah. So, I saw
I'm going as the +1.
Yes. So, I saw on Instagram this blanket, the Contexta Afghan by Laura Nelkin.
It's really pretty.
So, it's octagons. It's octagons with squares in between each octagon.
It's polka dots.
And she already picked like a color palette that the bride already picked a color palette that went with her living room.
Mm-hmm.
From a few sets of color palettes, I found 4 Afghans on Pearl Soho. Not for this pattern, but they were good color palette, like warm color palettes, mostly like terracotta-y based, which is what she said her living room was kind of looking like. So I think I'm going to buy the pattern and then hopefully buy the yarn on webs. Bless you.
Sorry.
This week.
Nice.
And then I can start getting to work on those
dots.
Octagons. Because what I'm thinking is that they have you seam it up at the end, but I'm thinking that I could just 3-needle bind off all of them.
You could.
Or just, do a crochet togethers, which is probably how they're sewn together anyways. So, but I have to buy the pattern in order to see how many I need to make. I think to make a throw, it looks like you only have to make 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, maybe 19? Maybe 19? Yeah. So, we'll have to see. But I think that's what I'm going to do. And I think I'm going to use her color palette that she picked out. And it's going to be great. And I really like this idea. Because all of the other patterns I've seen, look okay. But I'm also, not super into them. And also, I could submit the octagons as each is a different class.
That's true.
Look at me gaming the system. But yeah, I think it's time we're finally
weaving those squares, weaving those ends.
It's been a long day. I need to get going. I gotta go home.
Yes, you do.
Okay. Well, we're gonna weave in some ends. I'm gonna go home, and we will see you in 3 weeks together. Maybe we'll get something posted. Each of us. Separately. We'll see.
We'll do our best.
We will try. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.